Hey, what's going on, everybody? David here, and back again with another video. This video is going to be very different. Not the typical like unboxing video and Blu-ray video, 4K video, things like that. This is a little bit more personal, I guess you could say. Um, I'm not going to get super like down in the dumps about anything, but this is maybe a look into what's been going on with me for the past year and a half or so, and I guess you could call it a channel update as well. um, I if okay, you guys have been probably watching me for quite a while, hopefully, hopefully, um, and I tend not to get very personal on here. I try not to talk about my family very much or anything like that, just because I feel like it's just one thing and the other. Nothing against any of you guys out there or anything like that. I just try to separate everything, um, and keep everything kind of private. Even you know I'm a pretty private person altogether. I don't tend to really talk about too much, but um, it's been the channel has been kind of like a little weird within the last year and a half or so, and I think obviously you guys can get a vibe of as to why. Everything that has gone on. I'm not even gonna say the word because I don't want to get demonetized or anything like that. But um, that's that's a part of it. Everything has gone kind of to the wayside, and everything has gotten kind of stressful and things like that. My kid, my youngest, or my son, um had to be homeschooled, so that was also a task within itself. um and then also just the stress of having to create content all the time, just my mind was just fried, at that point. um it was I it was a hard try to come up with stuff every single time. And then I know a lot of people would expect and I'm not knocking anybody or anything like that, but a lot of people would be commenting like, hey, when's the next Blu-ray buyer's guide? That was a thing that was a big thing for a while. It got harder and harder to do that kind of thing. And as I try to explain to people here and there, that like, look, I can't do it. Funds are horrible at this point. Um, People, I think, maybe got some people, not everybody, maybe got a little bit more um, impatient about it or aggravated about it, and it got to the point where I just like stopped responding to anybody, on here. And it made me feel bad, about it, because I love this community. I love it. But it got to the point where there was so much pressure, on me to try to continue this stuff. And I was stressing myself out so bad. And it it was like I can't do it. So if you look back at the timeline of me posting, things got like kind of like I guess like it was like posting every month or two or three at some point, and it got harder and harder. And then I kept thinking about, well, you know what, my family comes first, obviously. So there's stuff here that I have to take care of in life in general, and my family. And I my mom lives with us. She had a again I don't get personal, but she had a stroke a couple years ago. So we're kind of like her caretakers, to a certain extent. She's still able bodied and stuff like that, but she has a harder time to do things. Um, And it's those kind of things that I was like, okay, that comes first before anything else. And then there was a moment where we all got sick. I'm going to leave it at, I'm not going to say the word, but you guys know what I'm talking about. It just kind of literally within probably like, there was a month and a half or so that we all had to stay home and nobody could go anywhere because it went from one to another to another to another, and it sucked so bad. So that was also another thing that like bummed me out. And when I say that, it's like, well, some people can say, well, just you're there, just do a video. It's not so easy for me anyway. Like I can't speak for anybody else, but it's hard for me to get into the vibe of recording and things like that. If like, say I'm mad or I'm sad or, whatever, it shows in my face. And there's probably some videos way back, if you go back through, where maybe you can tell that like, I'm not feeling it. Like I'm not in it. You know what I mean? And I like to be in it because this is fun for me. This is my thing that I love doing, so much. And I don't want it to become like a thing where like, okay, I gotta do another video for, for this and that. That's not what I want. Like, and typically that's not what it is. I love doing it, and I don't like, coming across as I try to come across as genuine as possible. I don't like to come across as fake. So if I'm not feeling it, and I have to, like, if I have to record something, you're probably gonna see it on my face or in my voice, And I don't like to do that. I love to be just excited about, movies and TV shows and stuff like that, because that literally genuinely and honestly 100% gets me excited. I love this stuff, and I love video games, and I love all this stuff. Like, there's so many things that I want to do, and in this past like year and a half, or probably, I don't even know, time has been so weird. Probably 2 years almost, maybe, or more. It's been so difficult for me. And it's just, I'm getting back in, like I said in the last couple of videos, I've been getting back into the groove of everything, and I am so appreciative of everybody that is stuck around and commented on the last couple of videos saying that they were so excited to see me again, and even some people saying that they were starting to worry. There's nothing to worry. Like, I haven't gone anywhere. It's just been hard to do it, and then to top it off, and this is another thing that I was meaning to mention, was that we ended up having a really hard freeze here in Texas, in Houston. We're not prepared for that kind of stuff. I know a lot of people are out there, and they go through freezes all the time, and snow, and nobody is prepared here. We I think it was like, was it this past I don't even know. I think it was January or February. We had a freeze, and we were under the impression, everybody was under the impression that, oh, it's just gonna snow, it's gonna be awesome. No, we haven't had a freeze like this in I don't know how long, and we're no power for like a couple of days, and we had to like wear like tons of clothes to keep warm and stuff like that. It was just insane. It was like something that I haven't experienced in a very long time. And and then we ended up, I was I'm again very paranoid person already as it is. Kept checking everywhere, all the pipes, turned off the water, all the pipes I was checking, periodically throughout that whole freeze. And then I saw that there was a leak in our house, and Thankfully, the pipe didn't bust, but there was a leak. So we managed to kind of stop the water there before any major damage could happen. But there was people like with pipes busting like crazy in my neighborhood, and water coming out of their garages and stuff like that. But yeah, so that was another stress that, again, I couldn't just flip the switch. Some people can. It's hard for me to do it. I can do it sometimes, but it's hard for me to do it. And I couldn't just flip the switch and just be like, "Hey, what's up, everybody? Yeah, welcome back to another video." So that was another stress, altogether. A lot of it ended up messing with my just mental health, to be perfectly honest. I told my wife about this, and we kind of, again, I tend to kind of keep things in, which is not good. But we talked a little bit about it, that I was like, I think I'm depressed. Like I mean, it was kind of hard to say, to be honest, like to admit something like that. And it was hard to just like do the day-to-days, like you just feel like, great, something else is gonna happen today, and I pride myself in being a pretty positive person. I try anyway to be on the positive side, but I had to admit that, like, I'm not feeling it, like, and then that's the other thing that I wanted to say, is that if you're feeling down, or you're not feeling it, per se, you're not the only one. We all have our good days and bad days. It's a tough road, to go through. Life in general is a tough road, but know that you're not the only one. I try to be happy-go-lucky and smile and be very, very positive, but I got my bad days as well. I've had my bad months, I guess. But yeah, I mean, so it was just, everything just kind of folded onto itself throughout the couple months, and it was tough. And then to top it off, was it just a couple of months ago, we had a hurricane. Like, like, are you serious? We had a freeze and a hurricane, couple months in between, and like, that was another stress out there. And then after that happened, it was just like, okay, like, where do I go from here? But the thing is, something happened, within me. I don't know, and I can't even pinpoint the moment, but I was like, okay, like, you gotta check yourself, dude. I looked in the mirror, and I didn't see the typical, David, per se. So I did talk to myself. I'm like, come on, man. Like, you got to snap. Like, for real. Like, you have to get back to what you love. What you love doing, what you enjoy doing. And that's this. I love doing this. I love talking to you guys. I love being able to interact with the community. The community has gotten like kind of crazy lately, but I love it. I love the interaction. I love being able to socialize and stuff like that. But on the flip side, when I get like I was, and super stressed out and just down in the dumps, I tend to block myself off. And so that's probably why, even on like Instagram and things like that, you probably haven't seen me post much of anything. I tend to just close myself off, and that's not good either. You shouldn't do that, and I'm working on that for myself. But like this is the stuff that I enjoy, and I'm back in it. I'm hitting full steam ahead. There's been a bunch of videos that I've been putting out, a bunch more that I'm planning on doing. If there's anything that you guys want to see or hear, my opinion on or anything like that, let me know in the comments. It's hard for me to comment back sometimes, and I'm not trying to, again, alienate anybody or anything like that. It's honestly just because I'm like so busy trying to do things with life and trying to help my kid out and stuff like that. But it means like I'm not trying to just be like, well, I don't want to talk to anybody, anything like that. Sometimes it's a little difficult. I try, and I will continue to try. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if there's anything you guys want to see. I know I don't. I had been going back and forth for months about trying to do a video like this and just be very honest and very personal with you guys. And there was a part of me that was like, well, I don't owe anybody an explanation. Not to be aggressive like that, but I had that side of me that was like, well, I don't need to tell anybody why. But also at the same time, you guys have provided so much love and entertainment for me and fun and joy that I feel like I don't know, I just had to talk about it to you guys and say something. And if you guys are struggling at all for any reason whatsoever, comment, DM me on Instagram or anything like that. Like I'll try to be there for you guys as much as I can. And if not, and if I can't, is what I mean. There's a community, and it's been proven already that there's a community that will help you, that will talk to you, that will help you, and just make you feel like you're not alone. That's why I love this stuff. And I mean, I don't know. It's just this honestly is kind of tough for me to talk about, just because I've kept a lot of it internal. There's some people, here and there that do know what had been going on, that were very helpful in my time of need. And if there's any way that I can be that for you guys, please let me know. All right. That's all. That's kind of where I wanted to leave this. I didn't want to go too in depth about it or anything like that, but I kind of did, to be honest. But I really appreciate you guys. Like to the bottom, from the bottom of my heart, I really do. And I hope that you guys stick with me through and through, even if I'm not doing the kind of content that you guys are expecting or anything like that. There's going to be a lot of experimental stuff. Also, I'm going to try a lot of new things going forward. But I do hope that you guys stick around. And with all that being said, we'll catch you next time.